Hi, everybody. So happy we are here together with Auntie Mimi on this brain training class. We've been really focusing a lot on prayer because really prayer is the foundation of everything. We always say, like, would you build a $20 billion mansion with a foundation of Play-Doh? Have you ever walked, around the corner and you see they're starting to build a foundation of a huge sky rocket building, like, right? So we need something really strong to like keep that building up, a good solid foundation. So to keep our day up, we need a big solid foundation of prayer, and not just like, just like blah 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 type of prayers, but with like a real intensity, with a real power. So what's really the obstacle sometimes? Our head. Our thoughts are just roaming, we're distracted, we can't focus. It's almost like open the sitter and all of a sudden you'll give yourself a title of ADHD. Like, you'll be okay in many other areas of your life, open your sitter, and all of a sudden, bam, zam, out of anywhere and everywhere, voices coming in, thoughts disturbing you, and you're like, ugh, I can't do this, it's not for me. And like, you'll close a book. That's like the biggest trick of the Yetzer Hara, by the way. Biggest trick. So yes, it's a time of war. That's why davening is called a time of war. Sha'as Melchama. Because the Yetzer Hara doesn't want you to succeed. It's like trying to tackle you down and make you have all kinds of thoughts about yourself, that you're not good in davening, that it's not for you, that it's not your thing, and like make you give up. So we have to fight fire with fire. We have to thunder against this inner mindset of the Yetzer Hara trying to like take over and like get us not to do it. God forbid. We gotta like realize it's game. And like really do the right steps to win the game called life. And it starts with tefillah. So we know, the Tanya teaches us, the more we raise our voice. Now, we don't have to scream, and of course, if it's going to bother the next person praying with next to us, but our voice helps us concentrate. Our voice helps, like, the holy words penetrate our brain and then affect our brain. We've learned again and again, a time of davening is a moichin de gadlos, which is like the expansiveness of the mind, getting your brain stronger and stronger. That's why I called it brain train, because really the place to begin to train your brain is in the process of prayer. So there is a prayer, Pusukei de Zimra, which is the section that we talked about, that really helps our emotions grow. Because the more and more our emotions grow, right, the more our heart opens up, and the more power we have to use what's in our mind to banish and get rid of the negative in our heart and arouse the positive in our heart, the good emotions in our heart. So if you realize the word Zimra, as you can see in your Zmirot Shel Shabbat, right? It's the songs of Shabbos. But Zimra is also to cut. The way to cut through. Like cutting away thorns, right? Like if there's roses that you want for Shabbat, and you gotta like cut away at the thorns and get to the rose. So Zimra means to cut away. So when you use your voice, especially in song, it has the power to cut away these extraneous, these, thoughts that are outside of you, that's trying to, trying to like get your mind off of what you're trying to do, try to distract you, try to like make it difficult for you to concentrate. So when we enter the Siddur, we realize the songs of prayer help cut away these negative mindsets. I mean, all of us have challenges with thoughts that are coming in trying to trick us. Whether we're not good enough, we're not accomplished enough, what did I do with my life, for some of us older people, or thoughts that they don't like me, everyone's always against me. These are, and I don't want to continue these not good thoughts, because that's like, you have to know that it's normal, that this is what the Yetzer Hara tries to do. It tries to make you feel weak, and it tries to belittle you, and tries to even use other people's voices as a weapon against you. So if your teacher said something or your child said something, there's so many stories. I was just listening to Rabbi Amar in one of the classes that he was giving, and he was saying this, just one thing his teacher said, like, saved him for the like the whole of his life. He kept and he didn't even realize. So like it's everything that all people go through. But the more we don't build our day with this type of mindsets, by cutting away the entry gate, and by cutting away our Yetzer Hara's hold on us, the more we have a more mindful day, more peace of mind, the more we'll be able to concentrate, the more we'll be using our brain in this holy way, the more outside of prayer we have the power to think more clearly. Because less and less of these thoughts will boggle our mind, because at least we built a good foundation in the morning. So let's think about it. Where do we sometimes not feel like praying because these thoughts keep bothering us? Where can we now look in in our holy Torah and see the truth about the war and the challenge of prayers, and the war and the challenge about extraneous thoughts, and then see it for what it is? Everyone goes through it, and now we have a secret weapon of how to diminish it. So there was a story by Yaakov when he's wrestling with the angels, and he actually says to the angels, after they wrestled all night, I'm not going to let you go until you bless me. And I think this was, Rabbi Jacobson that was saying, like, who does that? If someone was attacking you, you'd be like, go, leave me alone. Like, I get free from this attacker. But Yaakov doesn't let him leave until he blesses him. We learned something from this. That he was like almost training his brain to say, I'm not going to let this attacker get away with it not making me a better person. Because the blessing is, I'm going to get better from this. I'm going to get stronger for this. I'm going to be blessed because I was attacked. So we're attacked in prayer constantly with all these extraneous like thoughts. These distractions, we can't focus. It's like this avenger, this inner avenger is trying to attack us and take us away from getting to that, treasure of who we are. So we have to take this experience and say, I'm going to be blessed for this. I'm going to work extra hard. I'm going to focus, use my mind even more strenuously to not think of this, and I'm going to be blessed for this. Any challenge in life, you have to grab the challenge and say, no, I'm not going to let it talk. I'm getting distractions here, and I texted the person that I'm in the middle of a meeting here, but Let's see. Hope it, like, I feel like it's like trying to like stop me from sharing this. So the idea is, whatever in life you go through, the message is like, don't let it really attack you. Grab hold of it and realize that you're going to be blessed through this challenge. You're going to get stronger. So let's think what we're doing when we're praying. You know, what do we see from this? I'm focusing stronger. I'm committing to like work harder, not to let that baffle me, the thought. Or I'm seeing here someone who's sad, someone who's anxious. And it's like, you know, it's very hard. It's like you feel your heart is like stone. And then these thoughts start to come in, and then like you give up. So you have to know it's a trick of the Yetzer Hara that's trying to take you away from achieving the goal of redeeming and like bringing out the true you, the better you, the more focused you, the more smart you, the more settled you, the more mindful you, all the positive qualities that you want for yourself. So definitely you could take a little deep breath and you can start singing any Jewish song, because songs also have the power to remove that foggy, negative energy, whether it's sadness or anxiousness or blocked heart. And I'll tell you why. When you have a blocked heart, it's not really you. It's something outside of you. It's kind of like if you're in a cube, you know, or like kids used to play, you know, they get into a, let's say, you know, those baskets that the parents, you know, take their laundry with. Okay, and then like they put it over their head and they pretend like they're a robot or something. So it's outside of you. Your not good thoughts, your anxiousness, or your sad feelings, and your being not in the mood to pray is not who you are. It's just like an outside energy that's kind of covering you, like the basket on your head, covering your head, right? So the idea is, when you sing and you force yourself, like put on some happy music or some happy niggun that's upbeat, you know, then that has the power to melt away and cut through that outer trapping, like into the basket over your head. It's like this fire that melts it away. Like if you put wax in front of a fire, it melts. So songs, Zimra, have the power to melt away the negative feelings, because there's no room for both. And song comes from a very high like place in the world. It's like it actually accesses your higher powers of your soul. So you're drawing your higher powers of your soul while singing, like a thunder, like a powerhouse, like a lightning, like fire, to melt away the outer trappings that are not really the true you. Do you get it? I hope so. So we see in the teaching, that the more you upgrade this fire, the more you can not only get rid of the negative of the outer trappings, but you can also elevate all parts of you. So you can elevate your mind to a stronger mind. You can elevate your heart, the happy heart, the heart with like emotions. So whatever you do, in your prayer service, the more you use your mind gets stronger. The more you use your emotions, your positive emotions get stronger. The more you use your body gets even healed. So Zimra, song, cuts away and gets rid of all the negative. Even outside of prayer, it helps. That's a remedy. So many times people came my way so sad in a counseling session, and I just put music on and we'd like do a dance kind of therapy together, and all of a sudden the mood has changed. Because it has such a power. So imagine such a power when you're praying. So you could put nigunim in the background to put you in that very happy mood before prayer, and actually even while praying, sing with the nigun the songs of your prayer. So the more you use your brain to like think of the words and to think of the meditative type of thoughts that we've been covering all along here, then the more your brain gets stronger. And when your brain gets stronger, because you're like, no, I'm not going to think of this thought while I'm praying. Yetzirah, you're tricking me. I'm thinking about this word now. Then you just trained your brain to say, not that, and I'm going to do this. So all these steps in the process of prayer, using your brain, using your voice, using your heart, using all these parts of you, actually ends up diminishing all the negative and bringing out all the positive. And so it's like a stepping stone. You're going through all these steps to make your whole personality, your whole being ready to connect to Hashem when you go to the next part of the prayers. Because the ultimate part is to be in unity with Hashem in the Amida prayer. So imagine like you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this. And it's like you're getting all parts of you ready. And then finally, all of you is ready to connect with Hashem, where you stand still, where you don't need your body anymore. You don't need really your voice anymore, right? It's just so quiet because you did all the work so that you can connect. So a lot of people ask, so why during Mincha we don't go through this whole like preparation to get to the Amida? It's like just a few things and bam, we get into it. Well, one, because we did so much work before. The morning prayers help us prepare for the Amida during the day. And then it helps us prepare for the Amida for Mincha. So many women call me and they say, well, prayer is not helping me. And I say, okay, well, what do you pray? Well, I don't have time in the morning to do the shachri, but I do Mincha. And I'm like, well, good that you're doing that, at least better that than nothing. But if you really want the power of your prayers to affect your mind, your heart, your body, to achieve the results, the healing results, the curative results, the elevating, to get you to the higher place results, then you can't skip Shacharit, because Shacharit is the first step that you need to do to be able to get to Mincha. And Mincha is a great, amazing, powerful prayer, because you stop in the middle of the day and you're busy with everything else, and it's so cherished by Hashem. And that's why, I think Eliyahu Hanavi was answered in the Mincha. But if you didn't do the Shacharit, then you can't reach the ladder of the highest of heights of Mincha and the power of Mincha, the middle day prayer. So, and we have to believe that, you can skip, okay, but you can't go to the moon by skipping. You need the spaceship, right? So to get to the power of the mincha, you have to really to do it in the morning. And by the way, why in the morning? There's a teaching, and it was from Lukutei Torah. The Alter Rebbe actually talks about it. And Lavan got up in the morning, and then he and met up with Yaakov early in the morning. And then and I think we talked about this way earlier, but just a little reminder here. The power of doing it in the morning. Lavan actually represents the whiteness of Hashem. Remember, Yaakov ran away with his, not ran away, but he left, after how many years of serving his father-in-law. It's a time to like go on my own way. And he leaves. So Lavan is really upset. So early in the morning, Lavan goes to chase Yaakov. So Lavan represents Hashem in the morning, he is at his most whiteness. What does whiteness mean? Chesed. Chesed is whiteness, kindness, blessings. So if you want to tap into the whiteness, the most powerful chesed of Hashem, and get the maximum blessings from Hashem, it's in the morning. Because it's when he's shining brightest. That's when he's most available. That's when he's like ready to give. And if you open the door in the morning, then you can open the door to the afternoon prayers and then maximize those blessings. But if you don't get it in the morning, then, then it doesn't affect you as much. And that's why it says that he kissed, right? Lavan kissed the daughters and the children. And the reason why is that it's like Hashem is coming to kiss us. What's a kiss? To show affection, to show his kindness, to show his love. And again, when God gives us this, and he gives us a part of him, then we have children. What is our children? What is our birth of ourself? Our happy feelings, our good emotions, our love of Hashem. All these things in Hasidic teachings is like an offspring. It's like a byproduct. We talked a little bit about yesterday. You put the effort in this way, and then you access like Hashem's like kindness. You meet up with Hashem. He's chasing you, but you have to hello, I'm here, by opening the siddur and meeting him, where he's trying to meet you. He's texting you, hello, I'm here. Are you coming? I'm waiting. And then you show up, and it's like he kisses you. And then it's like an example of love. Love of when you love someone, you just want to give. You want to give, from your heart. So, and it's interesting because in another teaching, it says that in the parsha where Yosef was interpreting the dreams, again, it's the same kind of flavor, and the dream was about Pharaoh and his cup. And the Pharaoh holding the cup in the palm of his hands, and the whole image of grapes, because grapes being squeezed makes the wine. So, so I'll give you just a little bit of the message of this, and then we'll go deeper as we continue learning all these things. But one of the messages was that, Yosef comes from the word of lehosif, to add, and the grapes represent each Jew, and the squeezing of the grapes is getting the good out of us, kind of like the message of Hanukkah. You crush the oil that comes out of the crushed olive, right? So the crushing of the wine that is made not the wine, the crushing of the grapes makes the wine. So, when we crush our desire, oh, we want to play ball, oh, we want to play games on the computer or whatever, and we crush our desire, that brings out the good in us. And then that makes us happy like wine. And if we're doing it like Yosef coming from the idea of lehosif, because you want to add pleasure, like Yosef trying to please Hashem. But in the end, it makes you happy. In the end, it makes you a better you, Your ultimate goal is like, I love you, Hashem, and I want to connect with you. I want to have private time with you. I want to show you that I have pleasure, that you have pleasure in like connecting and bonding. Now, I know for children sometimes it's hard, like, Hashem, he loves me that much? I thought he's always looking at me and trying to see what's wrong with me and why am I not doing this and why am I not doing that? And it's really not that. Ugh, I wish all these children would understand that, even adults. Hashem is yearning and longing to be connected to you. He's waiting. He loves you. And he shows you where to meet him. In his Siddur, in your Siddur. And even though you're causing God pleasure and you're squeezing what you want to do and you feel like he's forcing you, and it's like you feel like a burdened by it, it's not the truth. I mean, if you call someone and say, oh, I want to meet you. Let's meet in Timbuktu somewhere. What? You can't get a ticket these days. You can't maybe afford it, or it's just you can't leave your work. You can't do this. Hashem makes it easy. He says, here's the book, the Siddur. Come meet me. And it will give me pleasure to give you pleasure. And by doing this, you're going to be a better person. You're going to like live in your skin with more pleasure. You'll be able to have a more focused mind. You will be able to have more happy feelings. You will be able to be more loving and kind and giving, which will bring you pleasure. And he wants to give you that pleasure. And he wants you to get rewarded. What's a reward? Not like, oh, you did what I said, I'm going to reward you. No, he wants you to feel good about yourself, that you did something to make yourself shine, that you were a partner, that you put the effort to be a better person. And not that you're just this genius and that you're this perfect person and like you didn't do anything to like, to achieve that. If you took a test with someone and God forbid, how sometimes people don't do the right thing and then it's really somebody else who did all the work and you hand it in and it's like the teacher starts praising you, you don't feel good. Someone else did it. So Hashem wants us to feel good about ourselves. That's the pleasure he wants us to experience. So, again, it's sometimes hard because the extraneous thoughts keep coming. But you keep doing it, and then you'll see it won't take it away completely. Because, like, to get rid of our Yetzer Hara completely, very soon. But it's there. But it does get less and less. And then people say, but then look at my prayers. It's like so embarrassing that I'm like, I don't want to go through this. Like, I don't want to show up to Hashem like a nincompoop. Hashem doesn't judge you that way, first of all. And second of all, the Tanya teaches us that all of your prayers, even when you didn't concentrate, and even if it was like all over the place, and even it wasn't the best that you wanted it to be, Hashem cherishes your prayers. He stores them up in Shemaim and puts them all together as if you were completely like, one sentence here, one sentence there. And as long as the whole year, you had one word here and one sentence there, he like puts it all together as if you did it perfectly the whole time around. Can you imagine? There's actually an angel Sandal, who collects all of these words of ours and brings it to Hashem. And it's like, because he's carrying it like someone who's wearing a sandal. But a sandal also shields your foot, right? So the other message of this angel of sandal, as he's catching your words and bringing it up to Hashem, he also makes sure that you're protected, like a sandal that protects your feet. And make sure all the blessings come to you, like in its proper way, and all the good that you deserve for trying. And all the blessings that we were talking about. A stronger mind, a better, healthy heart with all the amazing emotions. And all the blessings for your body, for healing. So, we cannot let the Yetzer Hara trick us, that it's too hard for us, that it's too baffling, that we can't concentrate, and all these like really, we have to know that it's a sha'as milchama, it's a time of war. We're not going to let the Yetzer Hara trick us to taking us away from the most important foundation of our day. So, any questions? I saw someone before saying something. I hope I answered it. So, like when you're anxious or depressed, you have to just realize that's the Yetzer Hara tricking you. And you have to say, like, the only way I'm going to get out of this is if I do this work. You know how many people, again, Dr. Twersky saw a lot of the results of the work I do with people, and it really was about brain training through the foundation of tefillah, through the foundation of building this incredible, strong foundation of allowing all their soul powers to like get aligned. I don't know, you children, if you've ever heard about a chiropractor, where like sometimes the bone gets a little displaced, and then they put it back in order. So like that's what we're doing when we're praying. We're putting all of our soul powers like back, like a chiropractic alignment, like aligning, which means like putting it in order, putting it back in its place. And that way, we win the day. Okay, so I don't see any questions. I'm going to see, like, what we're going to do in our second part of our program here with the art of putting to really a beautiful way, you know, some of the messages we learned here today. First of all, we can realize we can make a building and we can see the foundation. And we can make one side of the page with Play-Doh. And all the pieces of the building are like all over the place because you can't start a building with a foundation of Play-Doh. And then you can make another picture of a building and you see a sturdy with wood and with concrete and like, you know, maybe people who all the workers around really building a big, strong foundation for the building. We can do Zimra, song. And we could see, if you want, that basket on your head. Because that's what it is. It's like these Yetzer Hara thoughts that are just like making your head feel like it's a basket case. Like it's just all over the place. So you can see the word Zimra and see that one picture is like your head, you know, with a basket, and then the other picture, it's like opening the siddur with the Zimra, and you can write the word Zimra and see that you're free. Your mind is free. It doesn't have something on your head. Or if you like a helmet or whatever image that you like the before and after of what happens to your head after praying. You know, or you can make a picture of a brain, stronger, more fortified. More built up. Fortified is like when, have you ever seen like the orange juice fortified with A and D, if you believe that, whatever. But like people like put added stuff to something and it makes it more valuable, but by fortifying it with stuff. So your brain becomes more fortified. It becomes stronger because you are using it in this way during prayer. Again, you're thinking this and not that. So that outside of prayer, when a Yetzer Hara tries to trick you to think this way, then you say, no, that's not a kosher thought. And I don't want these thoughts to enter my head, because then I'm going to get depressed and then I'm going to get anxious. Remember we learned before? Thoughts create emotions. So if your brain is stronger to say, no, I'm blocking you, you can't enter me, because your thoughts are strong enough. Your good thoughts are strong enough to win the war with the not good thought. And that starts with prayer, because that's what you're doing in prayer. I don't want to think about the spaghetti I want for lunch. I want to think about you, Hashem. I want to think about the word I'm saying. I want to concentrate. So that's another picture. Any other pictures? Anyone have an idea in mind? Or you could just do musical instruments, like music, and see your siddur, and every word is like attached to a musical instrument, because you could sing while praying, and that has the zimra, the power to cut away the thorns. So that's another image. Maybe seeing, a rose with the thorns. And prayer helps you get rid of the thorns of all these thoughts that trying to like make you not feel like you can stop it. Yeah, prayer helps you do that. So I'm really happy that we got here together and that we're doing these art projects together. I'm not an artist, and I don't know if I can make all these ideas so fast. I'm really looking for someone who would join forces with me and to maybe make the artwork here for other people to see it. Oh, Ray! I don't know if she's here. She just recently let me post and use her artwork for one of my books. And Baruch Hashem, maybe I should enlist all my other artists for my other books. Okay, so I was really happy she said okay about that. Gorgeous, her work. And she used to be in my class in 770, and she would, like, after the class, show me her notes and the way she beautifully did it. May Hashem bless her. May we all use our gifts and use it in a holy way to bring joy and beauty into the world. All right, so are you ready to sing? I just have an image of us singing right now, singing our words of prayer, having the power to cut all this thoughts that bombard us, being free, or more free. So, you can finish these projects at a later time. Just maybe you can jot down some ideas. And if you're doing a camp, imagine if you go back to my brain training, I give full rights to just use everything there and like spread the light. And you can do these art projects with your, with your own children, if you're an adult, or if you're a camp counselor, listening to this, and do it. You'll see, it'll help them really remember what they learned. All right, so let's go to the third part of the program, and that is mind movie. I'm just seeing myself sing right now. I need it more than ever. Don't we all, right? So we can, relax our body. And if you want, you can close your eyes and you can take a deep breath. Just because, the more you relax your body, you relax your mind. And the more you relax your mind, like when you have a meditative prayer, the more you access the power of your brain. Yep, that's prayer, actually. But we can do meditation outside of prayer. We can do it before prayer, during prayer, after prayer, before learning, after learning, during learning. Like, just don't do it crossing the street. Okay, so now we can begin to see like an image, like very far away, this like orchard of blossoms. And we just as we step closer and closer to this place, we begin to feel at ease and really feel calm, that you have a chance to like relax and tap into the time to like really focus on important goals, important things that you want to get better at. And then like you actually can almost smell all the flowers in this place. And it's just gorgeous images of all the blossoms that you particularly like. Maybe it's roses, daisies, whatever flower. And you realize like singing helps you really calm yourself down. It helps you get to that mood. It helps you prepare yourself to meet your maker when you pray. And in this place, as you're getting closer to the flowers, you do notice some thorns. And you do want to get these flowers. So you remember that when you sing, when you use your voice in prayer, that it has the power to get rid of the thorns within you. It helps you get rid of your distractions. It helps you be more mindful. And so as you're walking toward this garden and you're seeing the flowers, you're about to see all the thorns melting away with your words. It's almost like you could be whistling a song. You could be singing from the depths of your soul. And you notice the thorns are just melting away. And you have easy access to all the blossoms. The blossom is your mind. The thorns are the Yetzer Hara. And you realize by singing, by using your voice, you end up, during the time of prayer, especially, have the power to melt away your thorns. Your mind begins to be more clear. You feel more at ease because you're not being bombarded by all kinds of thoughts that are bothering you, that aren't pleasant, that are not positive. And then you have a bundle of roses. And you have such pleasure as you see yourself in this image. And all of a sudden, you see the whole orchard is one big siddur. Yes, you entered your siddur. You entered your siddur. You thought that it would be not possible to have a better mind. And now you realize it's not true. Praying gives you a stronger, better mind. Praying helped you get rid of the thorns. Praying with song especially helps all of your neshama shine. And so you're about to walk out of this place, amazing experience, holding your siddur now in hand. You're not leaving without it. And you feel stronger. You feel like your brain can focus more. You feel like aligned. You feel strong. Strong-minded in a good way. Strong-minded in a healthy way. And then, as you walk out, you feel your feet giving you the strength to walk to your siddur every day. Not let it go. Your heart feels like it's not a burden anymore. It's really an ultimate pleasure. And you're smiling. Because Baruch Hashem, thank you Hashem, He has given you the privilege to understand how much He's waiting to give you pleasure, how much He wants to bless you, how much He wants to unite with you and give you it all. And when you open your eyes, you really see your Siddur, your prayers like never before, with so much light, with so much joy, with so much pleasure. Yeah, do you feel the light? I hope you feel hopeful. I hope this injects some greater excitement to open your Siddur and to use it to cut away the thorns and to bring out the rose in you. My sweet soul sisters and brothers, may we all more and more get to the sweetness of who we truly are. 24/7. All right, so, I'm just really, really excited to announce that we're having a camp. Nechama Labor, I don't know if she's still on here. You can, I did post it. I'll try to post it here and post it again. She's doing an online camp, and we're going to do some interactive drama brain training in a Zoom. So sometimes I do it actually with women and adults too, but that's like one of my main things is dance and drama brain training, and using Hasidic concepts and, you know, dramatizing it. And I think it starts July 1st, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's when my son is coming to visit. But somewhere I'll post. Could be around the same time. But, okay, so I hope you can join our classes there. And there's a lot of artwork and a lot of, for years and years, over 10 years, you know, back and forth, I've been involved in her organization and her you know, artsy programs, and I think Re'e is also part of the team, and Ahova Coates, and Sarah Liba, who's a singer, amazing group of women, and it's Jewish Girls Unite, and it's a girls program. And we were and we've done women's programs together, and we'll do more programs hopefully after all this pandemic, working on some fun activities after this is all over. All right, thank you for joining, and blessings. Any questions? Maybe I lost the chance to answer before. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Have a blessed day. And remember, keep shining by smiling.